was really special of you to come out. We had the gravestone finally arrive just this week. I think it was about Thursday when it came, and I just said to Mark, you know, we didn't want to sort of just have the gravestone head arrive and then just walk away and say, well, that's it, you know, that's over. We just kind of thought, well, let's kind of mark the occasion and you know, invite some people over. But we just kind of thought, you know, if anyone wanted to say anything, it's totally relaxed. I just wanted to say a couple of things. About 17 years ago, Mark and I came here and we were actually going to some interviews with STL. We thought, you know, God was leading us away from the ship ministry, and we really thought, okay, we're coming to Carlisle. As it turned out, we didn't go to STL, but we stayed with the ships after all. But while we were here, we were staying at a bed and breakfast up on Kingstown Road, and both of us got these kind of verses from the Lord, and one of them is Psalm 147, and it's verse 14, and it says, He grants peace on the borders and satisfies you with the finest of wheat. And when we read that, we just kind of thought, yeah, God's going to give us peace on the borders. And it was a kind of a funny thing, because Mark and I had been through a difficult time on the ship, and we knew that we had to leave the ship because, you know, our family life, our marriage wasn't going very well. And the fact that he was going to give us peace on the borders, but then borders as in the borderlands, it was just very interesting that he gave us that verse. The other verse that he gave was from Jeremiah 32, and that one was verse 41. And it says, I will rejoice in doing them good, and will assuredly plant them in this land with my heart and my soul. And when we first came, I really threw myself into Carlisle and just everything. Everybody at Stanix knew me. I was just involved in absolutely everything. Any committee going, I was involved. And I really felt planted in the land. But then after that, it was like not really feeling like we was planted. And after, you know, 16 years of being here, I kind of said to Mark, I'm not quite sure if we're really planted in the land. If God, you know, asked us to move and go somewhere else, perhaps back to the ship, we'd probably go. So we never really felt that we were planted in the land. But when we came up here, after this had happened, about 2 or 3 weeks after it, we came up here, and I just suddenly, just standing right there, I just said to Mark, you know, He's planted us in the land. And it was like, oh, you know, didn't mean it to be literal, Lord. So I think, you know, from now on, wherever we go in the world, we'll kind of, a piece of us, you know, is here, planted in the land, and it'll always kind of have a special place for us here. And that was probably another reason why we didn't want to just, you have options up at the crematorium to like put someone under a tree and it's totally unmarked and all of this. And I said, no, we wanted to have this here because if the girls grow up and move anywhere, they can always come back to Carlisle. They might come back and see friends or whatever. They might just come back with their families, you know, 20 years from now, and say, you know, this is where your Uncle Michael is, you know, or something like that.